In a quiet corner of Key West, Florida, sits a doll. Not just any doll, but one with a reputation steeped in fear and fascination. Its name is Robert. To this day, Robert the doll resides in the Fort East Martello Museum. Encased in glass, he stares out with lifeless eyes, his small sailor's outfit and toy dog in tow. But visitors who dare to meet his gaze often leave with more than they bargained for. The story begins in the early 1900s. Robert Eugene Otto, a young boy known as Gene, was given the doll by a servant employed by his wealthy family. But the circumstances surrounding this gift were far from ordinary. Legend claims the servant practiced voodoo and had cursed the doll as revenge for mistreatment by Gene's parents. Soon after, strange occurrences began. The Otto family would hear Gene in his room speaking to the doll as if it were alive. At first, they assumed it was a child's game. That assumption shattered when Gene's parents overheard a deep, guttural voice responding to their son. Neighbors reported seeing the doll move from window to window when the family was away. Household items were mysteriously broken. Gene always blamed Robert. His parents dismissed these claims until the activity became impossible to ignore. When Gene grew older, he inherited the family home. Robert remained by his side, a permanent fixture in his life. Guests claimed to hear footsteps and laughter coming from empty rooms. Even Gene's wife, Anne, reportedly begged him to lock Robert away after experiencing the doll's unnerving presence. Even Gene's wife, Anne, reportedly begged him to lock Robert away after experiencing the doll's unnerving presence. Gene eventually did confine Robert to the attic, yet visitors to the home insisted they could hear the doll pacing above them. Some claimed his expression would change, his painted features contorting into something sinister. After Gene's death in 1974, Robert was left behind. The new owners of the house experienced similar disturbances and were quick to part with the doll. He eventually found his way to the Fort East Martello Museum, where he resides today. Museum staff and visitors alike have reported unexplainable events. Electronics malfunction in Robert's presence. Some claim their cameras capture his image, but the photos are distorted or fail to save altogether. Others feel an unshakable sense of dread when standing near him. There's a strict rule when visiting Robert. One must ask permission before taking his picture. Those who don't are said to face a string of bad luck. Letters flood the museum from people who ignored this warning, begging Robert for forgiveness and recounting tales of accidents, job losses, and fractured relationships. Skeptics dismiss the doll's legend as mere superstition. Yet, how can one explain the sheer volume of witness accounts spanning over a century? Is it coincidence, or is there truly something malevolent about Robert? Even today, Robert sits quietly in his case, watching. The question remains, is he simply a relic of childhood, or is he something much darker? Only those who dare to stand before him can decide. But beware, many have come to regret their own curiosity. Thank you for watching. I am the Veiled Spectre, and I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to stay informed of future uploads. There are many more stories to share, and I look forward to having you join me again. And remember, the shadows follow you everywhere.